Yep, let's go. So obviously, classic David is already here, huh?
Yep.
Wait, are we live?
Yeah, we are live.
Okay, let me just do a voice check then.
Seems okay.
Yeah, seems okay. Seems okay indeed, yeah. So what did classic David say? Alex and Arnaud and Satoshi. Oh yeah, I'm glad everybody's always saying hello to Satoshi as well. These times he's been a regular. A healthy correction behind us. Bitcoin low volatility to go only minus 22%. Also like Bitcoin Cash carnage by 47%. Small ones minus 60%. Stay best time to go all in, as now the chances for Bitcoin dominance to go below 60% were high. Looks like the institutions did change the game. BTC was making bigger corrections in the past, minus 40%.
It's not to be ruled out right now.
That's a interesting one. But actually, let me then. I haven't checked Bitcoin dominance in the last week because I just kind of made this a way to do it on the stream, right? Yeah, I wasn't checking it. But yeah, I mean, it was good for alts. It was good for alts. I mean, the coin Neo had pretty good upswings for me, and then yeah, after it was stopped out. And we also had Doge, I think, right? I mean, how did Doge perform? I forgot. Is that one stopped? Okay, yeah. I mean, that one is still in the buy area. Right now, I'm a little bit questioning in this one as well, because if it does lose this area, it's most likely gonna drop under, and we are gonna go deep. Very deep on it. Wait, okay, so classic David, let's just whip out the old Bitcoin dominance chart, right? And let's see what the hell happened there. Oh, look at that on. When was this tagged? 14. Wait, that was tagged before the previous stream? Why do I not remember? Okay, so we tagged the green area nicely. Then we made it up here. It's very interesting now what we are doing. I'm gonna say that it's not such a low chance to go under there after all, man. You know, this one can still break out, not gonna lie with you, Classic David, you know. Because look what you essentially did, right? So let's just say how we recapped it all together, right? You start off here, so you always obviously break down, right? So you had a little reaction here, which led all the way to up here, didn't really tag the green line, right? And then you went down, tagged this again, and tagged it again, right? So right now, I'm not so sure it is such a straightforward path to under 60%. It's not such a straightforward path. You really gotta be looking at something, because right now, if you look at this structure and we go a little bit of a 4-hourly right here, and I'm gonna be deleting some of that now because we can hardly see any shit with it on here. You know, it's not such a clear path. But yes, if you start dropping beneath this right now, then that could be a very good indication, because then you would start losing the mid of this whole structure. Yes, and that would be indication that you will most likely test this one from below on a smaller time frame, and then that would be the question if we're gonna move under 60%. It's not straightforward as one might think, as you just mentioned, you know, being just straightforward that Bitcoin dominance is going to go under there. And it's certainly, I'm going to say, not the time to go all in on alts. That's a pretty good reason for it, right? So I'm going to say, while, let's just go switch over to Bitcoin, right? I mean, while the Bitcoin, and look at that, I don't know, we did this lines the previous stream. So yeah, okay. Failed a little bit, right? It went a little bit above the line. We were talking about there's going to be one last push, right? That they're going to be probably filling the shorts in. And I didn't expect it to go just quite that high, above 50 grand, right? But at the end of the day, they are filling the shorts in, and they were filling the shorts in, right? This is exactly why we had such a steep drop. So even though we could have said that we were sort of preparing for it, right? We did miss the profit take. We did miss the prediction for like 4 grand, which again is not that. How much is that even at this point? It's like 9%, yeah, because we have to be okay with not hitting the tops, you know, at this point forward. So yeah, it wasn't a bad prediction at all, right? And right now what I'm seeing for Bitcoin is, so you know, even looking at it right here, you know, it doesn't, to some eyes would say it doesn't look so bad, right? We have started to lose some swings though, you know, we have lost some swings on this way down. We have swooped the lows of it, right? And this is one of the things we didn't do that much during the way up, right? We did carefully examine Bitcoin, where we almost did that, right? Because if we go over to a daily target right here, this was one of the positions that we were carefully assessing back in the past, if you can remember. And we said, okay, if we start closing underneath here, this is where we're going to go in. And if you look at it, right, I mean, if you put a line underneath, you can see that we never really had a clean close underneath it. And then, I think Musk tweet was, somewhere around here, and he just pushed the whole market up. So we came really close at 34K. Now, well, here, this is probably the first time, if you look at the daily, right? And we go all the way back. Let's go all the way back to 5K. You see, you never lost it, right? You always went a little bit higher. Let me zoom in a little bit. So you've never lost anything to the left side. That would be a major swing kind of point, right? You always just seem to have scaled up. And even though, like we just mentioned here, that was the biggest swing. That was our biggest thing that we were talking about shorts, and we took some shorts here. I do remember that. So yes, we almost lost it, but didn't. And now this time around, we are losing it for the first time, right? We are losing it for the first time right here. And of course, I mean, that doesn't say that bull market is over, because that would be quite ridiculous to just say like that, right? But we are maybe trying to quite close. So I'm pretty sure a lot of shorts were, filled in this spot. A lot of shorts from big whales, because I've seen structure like this, which is like mostly they're just pushing it with higher highs, higher lows, and then and the volume is kind of coming there, and then they do that last push when they like fill a lot of shorts, and then the dumpage comes, right? And usually that dumpage is a little bit bigger, because they obviously have to push it a lot further, to make the profit. And yes, they already took the profits. Don't get me wrong, they already took a lot of profits on their positions, right? But what the next move right now is, because this major swing point, let's just say it's being missed right now, is you gotta start protecting your investments with shorts. So, and I don't mean you're gonna be smashing shorts right now as you come on the markets, but let's just say you are riding currently some alts, right? If those alts didn't hit stop losses because you have a long-term position on them, you got to start thinking about taking some shorts on these spots, right? So how do you do actually this, right? We can go even on a lower time frames. So one of the prime positions that we should be essentially now taking a trade, even in our sleeps, especially if you're holding, especially if you're holding Bitcoin, especially if you're holding alts, or in that case Bitcoin as well, you got to protect your position. And this is one of the spots I would definitely be taking short. This is one of the spots, like, I don't even care if it gets stopped out or something. This is the spot you gotta be taking short, right? Because for all we know, this has happened for the first time on this entire push up. So you gotta be staying safe. Because if something happens for the first time on this entire push up, yes, it could be an early indication the bull market is going to be on a halt. And if the bull market is on a halt, where the main profit takes are, or should say the main targets are. And yes, I'm talking about either 38K, 40 to 38K and 32K, right? So yes, that's still a far way to go, right? Essentially, we can still go down to like, how much more from that? 30%. 30% is still very a viable drop. Or if you pull back from all the way to our short, that is almost a 40% drop, and it's very, very possible indeed. So you gotta be protecting your investments. So as I was saying before, either though Bitcoin doesn't look too bad yet, but it is, let's just say it is bad, but it doesn't look that bad yet. Ethereum, totally different story, right? Okay, so Ethereum, you can see on Ethereum we have spooked many of those swing points levels, right? So when I was talking about possible bull landings, I was more inclined towards Ethereum, right? So yes, Bitcoin is the king, right? Bitcoin does most of the work, right? But let's just think about it, right? Ethereum is the sole driver of entire Uniswap, ICO, and everything community, right? Project community in this case. And we need to think of it like, Ethereum is the one who's driving most of the volume probably in the space, right? Through Uniswap and new projects listings, and ICOs, etc., right? So yes, Ethereum in this case took a much huger dive. As you can already see here, Ethereum already closed 4-hourly underneath these swings, right? And you can see that Ethereum, again, did this for the first time on this entire run up, right? Especially on daily. It was looking a little bit weaker, all this run up, as you can see, right? But again, it's losing these major levels for the first time. And yes, this could be a possibly an indicator as well. Even if not daily, if you zoom in, you can see that it barely dodged it right here, right? I mean, it still did a daily close that could possibly save him, but then the next day came, and we're under here, and now we can get a couple of daily closes underneath here, or maybe even a weekly close underneath there. It's definitely not too healthy for the markets, right? It's definitely not too healthy, and we can essentially have a bigger pullback. Or what I'm saying is, yeah, you can essentially almost pull back all the way to the $1,000 per ETH, right? The reaction point right now, I mean, let me go another chart. Yeah, the reaction point right now was perfect to the previous stop on the from the previous bull market, and this was expected. This was a pretty good level, right, to begin with. Now we just need to see how fast can they bring it back, or if they can bring it back nonetheless, right? And Ethereum, again, if you wish to be taking shorts on Ethereum you have multiple choices, although I would probably stick in with the first one, because as this structure formed, I would be sticking with mostly this one, right? This is now a pretty clean short, to be honest. And again, it is one of those positions that you just can't miss, especially if you're holding alts, if you're holding Bitcoins, Ethereums. This is one of the positions you have to take to kind of sort of protect yourself against the market. And if it gets wrecked, you don't give a shit. You don't give a shit because, you're going to make a lot more money on the way up, right? If this breaks, you're going to make a lot more money on the way up. And this is not going to cost you too much, right? And essentially, yes, of course, obviously you want it to break because you want to break the top, right? But, life doesn't always work that way, right? And I'm going to mention one funny thing. And again, this is one of the positions you could be taking as the next one as well, which is probably I'm going to be taking both. And I'm going to take in only one on Bitcoin. That would be my plan. And the funny thing is, what I also got to mention is all of these shorts, if you remember, that we took on the way up, they always gave you a profit take. So even though we have taken a lot of times hedge positions on the way up, they always gave us at least one profit take. But they never gave us a big boy profit take, right? We never landed a super big profit take, right? We always landed an okay profit take, right? The biggest one was on Bitcoin. The biggest one was on Bitcoin down here. That was our biggest profit take, right? Because it landed all the way down here, if I remember correctly. That was our biggest short profit take, but still it didn't land us that big profit take that we were rating at 24K, right? We never got that. And, essentially now that could be possibility. If we get a short right in here, you get 38K or, 32K profit take, then yes, that would be considered as a little bit of a big boy profit take indeed, right? So yeah, I mean, it could pan out to be a pretty good trades to begin with. And not only that, right? I mean, yes, it protects you against your altcoin holdings because you're still making some money when the market goes down. And as Bitcoin David mentioned, yes, those coins can scale during those times, right? But when you say all in, I'm not really, I'm really not really fond of all in word, right? But when you say it like this, if Bitcoin goes down, yes, the alts will outperform him on the Bitcoin chart, right? On the BTC pairings. But what you're forgetting is, David, you will potentially still lose USDT value, right? So this sort of method that you are talking about here, it's probably mostly for, if you want to stack those Bitcoins and you just don't give a shit about the price, right? You're stacking those Bitcoins, you don't give a shit about the price, and you're just waiting for them, right? So yeah, I mean, one of those coins I saw that you left in a comment. Let's just check 1 inch. I mean, I can do Tether first. Yeah, I saw that you left this one. Ooh, that was a nice buy at $3, not gonna lie. Nice buy at $3. Yeah, we haven't checked 1 inch in a while. Nobody called it on stream. I mean, we did this, and then after this, it was basically left out. But I guess I'm gonna leave those areas now because on the way down, this area is gonna be very much helpful. I'm just gonna be deleting this one. I've done this one. It will not react. But this one's, yeah, really like this one. So I'm gonna stack another one down here, and let's see when 1 inch is going down if it's gonna react from them. I mean, the first one was already reacting. As you can see, I was stacking those, right? And this one already reacted $3, right? But nobody called it stream. But yes, essentially what you were asking on under the comments, yes, Crypto David, this is turning bearish. This is for sure bearish as well, right? I mean, if you look at this, if this was Bitcoin Ethereum chart, man, I'm shorting this in my sleep. I'm shorting this in my sleep. This is definitely bearish right now. I mean, you gotta be taking this short. Obviously, again, alts could wreck you because alts have less volatility than all of these major coins, but you can't tell me this is not bearish. I mean, you just lost major support, right? major level, major area, major support that you've based it so on. So you tell me on the first touch, when you're gonna come here, you're not gonna have some sort of a reaction to the downside. And even if it's a small one, you know, you're still making that. Look at that, 16%, right? It's still pretty good cash, right? So yeah, why leave that on the table when market is just offering it up to you, right? Do you see a new trade? Oh, NEO, man, I got stopped out of NEO. I got stopped out of NEO. So, you know, like that's one thing, is a good thing, right? Wait, where did we start with the first trade on NEO? Jesus, I forgot. The first trade was, wait, no, it wasn't that far back. I think it was around here somewhere. I actually can't remember. It was somewhere around here. Okay, I think it was somewhere around here that we started with the first trade. So yeah, so it started with the first trade, right? And then this one, this is wanted to talk about this one extreme. This is actually what I want to say. This is why I use tab trader, right? Because look at this. This stop loss missed us for 10 cents, right? The stop loss was 479, and this candle was, yeah, this stop loss missed us for like less than 10 cents, right? So this is why I use tab trader. Like, I'm not joking, right? This is why, because you get a scam wick like this, and look at that, immediately goes back into your buy area and just pumps, right? And same here, look at this. You get this scam wick because some bull, or sorry, some you know, whale decides, oh shit, I need to get out of this immediately. I'm in full panic mode. You know, it takes out your stop and then closes back well into your position, right? And this is exactly why I use tab trader on my phone, you know, to set up on alarms. And yes, I always set them before the stop loss is it. So I actually got my alarm here. Well, by the time I came to PC, it was already up here. So I was like, okay, another false alarm to begin with, right? And then yeah, the area of the profit takes, you know, I was looking at it. So essentially I have my profit take up here, because I said on this one I'm going to be taking a little bit to the middle, because I'm not going to leave too much money at the table, right? Yeah, and you know, basically filled it right at the bottom. So then I waited, and after this candle happened, you know, this candle was like, shoot, you know, I'm gonna be exiting this profit take here. So I took one profit take, and then it just slammed down. And then after this happened, I just closed the rest of the position here when the candle closed it, right? I closed the rest of the position. I was out of the NEO, and that's actually sad. But you know, I really had good plans with NEO, because NEO was falling behind, and I still think if it wasn't falling behind, that was the prime target. That was the perfecto target. But right now, being dragged down by the whole market and everything, you can't help it. So not every trade is gonna fall out. Definitely, I went a little bit deeper in NEO, because you know, it is one of those altcoins, and it still hasn't pumped. And usually those altcoins, when they pump, you know, they pump at a slower pace. Right? So I was like pretty sure this is gonna come up here as long as the market can last us. But sadly, yes, the market didn't last. What can you do, right? So yeah, right now another trade on NEO. Shit, right? Let's see. I mean, like seeing this right now, I mean, it's totally the same thing, right? You're losing this swing. If you get a daily close right here, it's probably gonna be more bearish. So then I'm gonna have to be targeting a NEO at all the way back down here, right? And I guess I could actually even make a video about this, right? Because this is a good buy area right here, and then the stop on the low. But let me see how much stop loss are we actually talking about here. Yeah, it's actually like, holy shit, 40%, 14%. So it's not ideal, right? It's not ideal at all. But that would be kind of the only way that I would actually play this right now. It's just too bearish, the market at the current line. So you got to be playing a little bit more defensively, you know. So yeah, and some previous stream, I think it was previous stream, I was talking about, you know, how these alts react from the previous stops, right? That you should be the ones looking at it. But if this market turns a little bit more bearish, the previous stops will just be skipped, and you will be filling the middles or the bottom parts of the structures, right? So you really gotta have that kind of sixth sense, you know, to kind of adapt in those sort of situations, right? You really gotta have that sixth sense to adapt in situations and jump at opportunities when it really matters, right? Because if you start fulfilling your trades too bullishly, you're gonna lose a lot of trades. You're gonna lose a lot of money, right? So when you see a market that is right now, and you see that it's slowly turning bad, you need to start playing more defensively. And by playing more defensively, you will get better entries than others. You would get more secure positions, right? And obviously you're gonna have sooner profit takes. This is also one thing that has to, right now, the market is kind of doing this. I will most likely switch from big boy profit takes, like I'm talking about profit takes like this, to safer ones, right? I will not be doing, I will not stretch my profit takes too far yet. And as I said, I mean, so far we're still good, right? But I'm saying, right, you gotta be you gotta be careful when it comes to this time. So yes, you have to be taking soon profit takes, gotta be securing those profits, and just kind of play defensively until you can let loose again, right? And the times when you can let loose will happen sooner or later again. So do not worry. I mean, the profit takes in crypto are still very good when it comes to it. Holy shit, what the okay, so this one, it totally defies the logic of everything. So wait, so we can see there was a big ass candle, and on hourly it actually looks pretty fine. Man, so this apparently, we didn't check this one for the longest time, probably because we weren't doing streams for like 2 weeks when I was in the midst of renovations. But this is what I was saying, right? I mean, when you're a bull market, look at this, right? Perfectly tags the previous tops, right? And just moves forward, yeah. So yeah, this one was missed, and I'm definitely not gonna tell you to buy this now at this sort of tops. No, thank you. No, thank you. That is not a good idea at all right now. This is not the time and place to do something like this. So I would be more cautiously advising to maybe buy underneath here if you're trying to trade it. If you're holding it still, the logic of this is this one did not turn bearish. So the logic is if you're holding it still, it's probably still okay to hold it, right? I couldn't tell you to sell it because that would probably be bad advice, right? But I can for certain tell you to move the stop loss up here, right? Yeah, that's a big drop if you look at it so way. That's a 20% drop, but you gotta be okay that you won't hit the top, right? And if you played it like this, that you follow it with the stop loss, instead of selling it like, I don't know, between here, you just follow it with the stop loss, and you can pretty much see that you captured a much nicer trade than everyone else, because from the first part to all the way up to the top it's 166%, and then a little bit under it's still 100%, right? So yes, you captured a much nicer trade than everybody else, but you most likely, if you don't anticipate, or you should say I'm gonna say a little bit quote unquote gamble, you won't find the top, right? You will always be selling too quick or too late, right? That's just essentially how market works in these times, right? That's how it is. Yeah. So got any more questions, guys? Right? Ren USD, not a lot of questions. I did expect to be a lot more these days. I did expect it to be a lot more, especially during the times when there was a little bit of a panic. Oh, I remember this one. So we talked about it on this one. I know this one was stream, and this one actually played out big time, huh? But let's see. But then we didn't revisit it for quite a while. Shit, everything seems like I haven't checked it. Yeah, okay, so let's go back to what I was saying before, right? Defensive mode, right? So we were just checking Solana, and you saw during the bull market everything was bouncing off the tops, right? But look at now when you enter the defensive mode, or should I say, when the all Ethereum and everything started to break down, you can really see that you were filling the middle or the bottom of the structure, and you can see this Ren, right? Ren filled you rather quite deep. Now if you filled it here or you're holding it, right, so your profit take has to be now soonish, because this went deep, right? So you got to be thinking defensively like I said before, and you already have to be taking profit takes here, right? You got to be taking it, man. You cannot be holding it too quick, too soon. You got to be taking it here, and kind of then if it breaks the top, good for you, right? Because it's gonna go up. If it doesn't break the top, at least you took your profit take and you're secure. So even if shit goes bad, you got some backup plans, right? And you can then you can move the whole thing further up, right? Yeah, so that is one good one. So yeah, DOT. Okay, so DOT is probably one of the best ones here, right? So let's see how DOT did, right? Let's see how DOT did. Where did DOT bounce, right? Did DOT cursed? So we can all agree that DOT is probably one of the hottest things right now, right? Right. So let's just start off. If you look at it right now, again, when the ETH started dropping, you can see even the DOT, the DOT seriously started going testing a little bit deep, right? So if you go back to the DOT, you mostly see that we tested it. Wait, let me go on higher time frames. We didn't even test the previous highs. We just went. Okay, so we tested the previous high here. We tested it here. Okay, we did weak a little bit here. Actually, we did weak. But now look and see, as the bull market, or should I say, as the market got scared, look at how deep we actually went. All right, we went deep all the way to the middle of the bottom of the structure. And here again, when you crashed it just today, You went to the middle or to the bottom of the structure. So you can see even DOT actually feels this, right? Even DOT is now going out a little bit defensively, right? So yeah, when it comes to that, you just gotta adjust to the markets, and it's gonna be different. And right now, so if you look at this chart right now, and it's just saying, right, the next logic point for you is then gonna be playing it around here, right? That would be, and you can see really this is a really good level, and it can possibly be a little bit further than yours, right? But this is sort of the spot where you should be taking a trade if you're gonna be like $20 $19, something around here. And again, you gotta use the tab trader, right? Because you do not want a wick like this getting you. A wick like this will rape your stop losses, and you do not want to get raped. So use the tab trader. And when you're using the tab trader, do not set it on do not set the alarm on exactly your stop loss. Set it before your stop loss so that you're actually ready when it comes closing, and you can observe the price action. And now another thing I'm gonna talk about when it comes to this, I'm gonna say like this, right? There's a two ways when things are approaching your stop loss. So let's just say you got a trade, right? Let me set up a trade, right? So let's just say this is our stop loss, right? And you got two sets. Stop loss are usually triggered two ways, right? Either you have a scam week and it's like boom, your stop loss is triggered, you get filled on the bottom. And sometimes because the scam week happens, you're not gonna get filled on your stop loss. No, you're gonna be filled at the bottom of the scam week because liquidity is missing, and you're gonna get skipped, right? Your stop loss is gonna get skipped, and then it's gonna get filled right down at the bottom. So essentially, you will be taking extra losses at a time, right? So that's why I stopped using it like that, because on really liquid coins this will happen rather a lot, right? So you have to use a kind of second way. But I'm gonna tell you, I prefer these scam weeks over slow death any time of the day, right? So the thing is, you have this kind of stop loss, and then you have the kind of stop loss when you got like candles that is doing something like this, right? You're doing something like this. They're going sideways, they're going sideways, they're going sideways, they're going sideways, they're going sideways. And if I see this, something like this, right? I'm gonna be exiting my positions a lot near my stop loss, a lot. Because this pretty much tells me that something went wrong, right? This pretty much tells me that something went wrong. While something like this happens, I'm blessed. Like I'm almost never exiting my stop loss on a scam week like this, right? Because what you people usually don't realize, right? You want to have scam weeks. Nothing feels better than a week like this feeling you around here, right? And yes, during the times when the week is feeling you here, you feel super scared. You're like, holy shit, this is gonna go down. Oh my gosh, this is gonna dump all the way down to $20 or under, blah, 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 right? But no, in trading, scam weeks are much better than sideways action going under you, right? The sideways action will most likely kill your trades because you probably picked the wrong spot or anything. Well, if you get a scam week like this and fills you near the bottom, you should be happy. You should not be scared, right? So you should be way more scared of sideways candle action going near your stop loss. I'm always way more scared of a sideways thing than something like this. When this happens, I'm actually glad. Even if it goes through my stop loss, closes right back in, I'm actually happy something like this happens. It is a lot better trade. It's going to turn out to be a lot better trade than it's going to be sideways and then, slowly going outside or inside of your trade, right? So yeah. So yeah, that's it. Glava says SRM USDT. Ooh, this one is defined the logics as well. Look at that. Yep, I remember this one. I was super early in this trade. Super early. I was already looking at this weight, so was waiting for it here, and then it just it just started moving. But yeah, in between it had a little bit of a dead period. So during the whole bull market, this was almost dead, and then after bull market, 135 days. I can't even believe it was dead for that long. I can't even believe it because I know it from back here. I was looking at it back here. So wow, time does fly, not gonna lie. So yeah, let me see what's, again, same as Ren, I cannot tell you to sell this. I can just tell you to move your stop loss up, right? Because this is essentially bullish. So you could pretty safely move your stop loss around here right now. And again, you're not going to be capturing the top. If you do that, it is about 20% from the top. But if it feels on your stop loss under here, then you're most likely are bearish, right? But then you can also, if it happens to fill you on stop loss here, you can take a little long here, and then when it scales back up, you sell a position and then Most likely it's gonna break down. If that does indeed happen, right, it can still continue, because right now you're still bullish on this one. You're for sure still bullish, right? So no panics yet on this one. It's pretty straightforward, right? It's still pretty straightforward. Still bullish, still looking good. Nothing bad yet. Cardano, right? ADA BTC. I mean, ADA BTC, we looked at it, right? ADA BTC. Where was this again? I forgot. Oh, okay. So yeah. Oh yeah. I remember this being the main profit point. The main profit point target was hit, and now we're struggling underneath it. Let's actually see USDT. Wait, Binance is probably not gonna have a decent enough history, right? Yeah, as I knew. Which one has better history? Forgot. Bittrex. Oh, Bittrex. Huh? Wow. Wow. Okay. If that isn't a second werewolf sniper, then I don't know what is, Arnaud. Look at that, man. Oh my god. How much was that? 200%. You gotta be kidding me, man. This was a cheeky buy line that I left on the chart, and I cannot believe it. It actually worked out. A cheeky buy line actually worked out. Well, too bad I don't trade on Bittrex. Man, that would turn out to be a good trade. Not gonna lie. Jesus, 200% instantly. Well, the good thing is you gotta stay above this, right? You gotta stay above this. Yeah, so you gotta stay above this to still continue being bullish on USDT, right? So if you stay above this, you're still gonna be good with Cardano long term. I mean, long term depends on quote unquote what is long term in crypto, right? Are we talking a couple of years? Because in a couple of years, I don't know if that's gonna be good, right? I mean, it all depends on where Bitcoin is. So long term, you know, because usually when people say long term crypto, it means like a couple of weeks or maybe a month, you know. So it is different. But yeah, let's go back to BTC. Did you see that, Arnaud, or did you miss it? Ooh, I guess you muted, Arnaud, because I can't hear you, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I didn't see the other stuff.
Oh, look at this! Look, just for you, man. Just for you. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah,
cheeky byline.
Oh my god.
Cheeky byline actually worked out. I can't believe it, man. You know when we said this, it was like, yep, when it's gonna come down here, it's one day, right? You can either say start from the box and then go work one at the cheeky byline, and boom. It's pretty good shit, bro. But sadly, did you take it? Because I didn't. Because no, I mean, because Bittrex is dead exchange, they say, right? But yeah, it definitely has some history. So yeah, and for this one as well, I mean, this is my main profit take, right? And what I'm gonna expect from here right now from this market, yeah, shit, maybe it's not gonna break it, you know, maybe it's not gonna break it. But if it does break it, because right now I'm gonna be looking at to go above this. If this is broken, right? Then I'm gonna say go for the same thing as I went on Neo, and I'm gonna aim it for all the way to up here. I'm gonna be aiming for all the way to up here. So if it does break it, this is gonna be a refill spot, and then you're gonna have 60%. And this is actually possible because we are on Bitcoin pairing. So if we are on Bitcoin pairing and Bitcoin is not doing good, yes, then alts can catch up on this short as well. So yes, it is. Could be a very good term slot on the long term. You know, could be a very good one. Make a rate. I forgot the ticker. Yeah, USDT. Let's see. Ooh, look at that one. Okay. Whoa. That's a good buy spot. Let's see. No. Oh man. On weekly, it looked like we haven't missed it, but we did. Yeah, we did. I mean, you can still do one down here. Fuck it. You know, you can still do one down here. Why not? Just set it. Maybe it gets hit. You know, you never know. Like you just saw Cardano, right? It can get hit, right? So I just set one down here, you know, and just wait for it. Maybe it gets hit, like who knows? So set one down here, and then yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. But yeah, look at this, the same thing is, right? I mean, here when they had a proper thing to do it, they instantly fail our trades, and then boom, look at that. Wow, I don't even know why they pound so fast. Holy shit, 300%. You have no idea why they pump so fast. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. When I see pumps like this, choof, you know what's gonna happen, you know, they come even faster down. So I'm not gonna lie to you, but this is actually a good buy area. This is actually a very good buy area, because you know, when you got stuff like this that I just mentioned, you know, this kind of a structure, right? Because you got super fast pump, then you got sideways super fast pump, you got sideways, right? And then, you know, you start failing to the top. Yes, you will react here, right? You will react here. But what I see from experience that most of the times the origins of the moves are tested again in the future. So if the bull ends, I would actually be setting this buy right here. And you're probably going to get a nice reaction here that is possible because how this overstretch this is, right? Look at this. This reaction is absolutely possible of giving you 100% plus. You know, so that's a really good buy right there, Zlatan. You know, I would really set it and just leave it there. And I actually might right now. I'm gonna set up an alarm on here, shit. You know, just gonna give it a little bit of alert, you know, and then see. Whoops. Let's give it here. Yeah, great. Let's just see how it goes. Yep. A little bit up actually. Boom. And then as this is synced, oh Jesus, as this is synced, I'm gonna be, you know, setting some buys down there as well. You know, cheeky buys. Those cheeky buys can really bring you a lot of money, man. Not lying. When you get like during those markets, they like to be hit. You know, you just need one whale that has too big of a position, and he just market downstands without checking the market, or you need a bot that goes crazy and sells it in the market, and then, you know, makes a big candle down. You know what happened with Ethereum Kraken? Look at the Kraken Ethereum, right? Look at that, right? You just need one bot that goes crazy, and you're telling me this wasn't the perfect buy spot? I mean, look at this shit. Do you remember where we said back in the day where we were taking a TP at Ethereum? Do you remember? Because I do. We took it at 750. Do you remember, Arnold? This was our TP here when this went up. Is this coincidence? It's not, guys. It was a good area that we ignored it on the way up because we just started pumping. But when you come from the other side, perfect thing, you know. And this is not coincidence that this shit dropped right into that area of 750 that we were taking profit takes a month back. When was this? December. So yeah, that was like 2 months back, sorry. So yes, I do remember this area, and exactly, see. This area now reacted. It didn't react on the way up, but it reacted from the other side, which means that our 750 profit take 2 months ago was actually very, very legit. And you know, if you had a cheeky buy like this one because it's left untested, bam, you would have been made insta. In that case, insta 100%, right? But you know, the issue is. Obviously, you know, this happens on various exchanges, so you know you need to get lucky as well, right? But if you have extra money sitting around, why not? You know, these areas, when they get hit, they sometimes get hit on Binance as well. You know, it's a pretty good thing to happen, right? Compound. Wait, what's the compound ticker? Compound. Can I write like this? No. Oh man, what's the ticker for compound? Wait, let me just check it on Gecko. Compound. Oh, comp. Yeah, comp. Got it. Comp USDT. Compound. Oh yeah. So, this is the coin that we said. Okay, look, if BTC fails at 10.5k, it's not gonna last. Look at that. I remember that one. Shit, that was also so long ago. Jesus, we have so many old shit on charts. Compound. Yeah, another one that's I would be targeting down here. Another one. Look at that. It's just you know, when you really left the airfield so quickly, you know, it's coming back, and it's coming back. Usually it comes back quicker than it left it, right? So yeah, another good buy that you can be setting at a little bit under, something like this. Bam. Look at that, a sweet buy. It's another one that I will be personally setting an alarm to. Wait, let me just see something. You made the high here, I see. So yes, here. I'm going to be actually doing it a little bit like this, my friend. I'm going to be scanning a little bit just like this. Going to be a little bit of a greedy mode, not going to lie to you, man. Bam. Another alert that I'm going to be setting. Yes, and please, I'm going to be setting you above here because I do want to then... So I remember to set up the trade. Another alert. So yeah, thank you for giving me this awesome charts because I will be taking a lot of trades from them. You know, that's why partially why I like doing these streams, because you guys actually do call me every now and then. You call me pretty sick charts, which I would miss on my own, and you know, and then later I turn those charts into my own personal trades as well. You know, as well as call them on YouTube, right? So yeah, we all end up having something from them, right? So yeah, Zlatan, you actually called me two very good charts, not gonna lie to you, man. Link, okay, Linkster. What's wrong with the Linkster? Okay, Link already did a deep test. Linkster did a deep test. Wow, Linkster looks so much like Bitcoin. It really is a proper Linkster. Let me just turn a blind eye a little bit so I can see. So yeah, come up. You test it right here. That's a pretty good test, not gonna lie. That's a pretty good test. I'm going a little bit of a lower time frames. Yeah, same spot, you know. Same spot. Look at that. Pretty clean short. Not gonna lie to you, man. That's a good clean short. Again, same story as Bitcoin. Like I said, very similar. Very similar indeed when it comes to that. Pretty good short and a pretty good profit take. Profit take we back in the day that we used, you know, to kind of make a long from it. When we were, you know, kind of divided. If you remember this trade, we were divided between two areas. We were like here or here, but I'm gonna set the trade in both, and then yeah, red was kind of a, again, cheeky one, and it got filled by the dot, and then just move on. And now I'm gonna use the same areas to take the profits, because why not? It worked just one time around, and now they're gonna come from another side, and they're gonna get tested again. So why not, right? You just take the trades, and you just collect the funds. Money can be made on the way down, guys. You know, you don't have to just pump to make money. You can also make money on the way down from people that are, you know, too scared to sell, and they just hold their positions, and then, you know, you just here chilling. You smash a short here, you smash another long here, you know, and you just take some of the position off short here, and then you're probably gonna get a relief. Most likely it won't go all the way to up here, obviously not, right? You'll most likely be taking a lot sooner profit takes on short, on longs, but it's still like 30%. Still 30%. That's good shit. That's very good shit, right? You gotta be looking at the wider picture, right? Do not be what I'm trying to essentially say, do not be only one side minded, right? Do not be too much into bull, right? You gotta control the emotions, and, you know, not be biased. Sorry, biased, that's the word I was looking for. Don't be biased. Yes. David, I am FA guy, I'm sure you noticed. I mean, like, David, I don't mind your methods, man. Obviously some of your methods are effective. Like I already told you in the past, like, I'm not saying you're doing bad. You obviously are doing pretty good. Some of your calls were pretty good, you know. Like, obviously you also have your losses, like I have my losses. We both have losses, right? But we also had good calls, both of us, right? And yeah, you're a FA guy. Like I said, there are plenty of strategies to take in training. Just, you know, just time is different, right? For me, I can really see, like, for me, I found a strategy that really works well, you know, and you don't have to be wasting too much time. And with your strategy, you also find a strategy that hopefully you don't have to waste too much time, right? Because if you have to be reading a lot of news, then yes, then that's kind of putting me to sleep. But if you can analyze the market, and you're selling the right times, obviously you're hopefully not trying to catch the tops, but if you're selling at the right times, then yes, it's obviously working, right? It's a lot better than what most people do than just, you know, fill in position and they just go on Telegram and shield the fuck of it, or they read Twitter influencers. And yes, if you wanna catch cancer today, guys, just go on Twitter and just listen to these influencers, like, you know, telling you buy the dip, guys, just smash the trades. That is such a bad idea to begin with. And yes, I know this dip, buying the dip, is most likely gonna play out, because it's right now you're gonna retest some of these highs, right? But still, you know, just listening to them telling people buy the dip, and they don't even know what the chart is, right? It's just funny thing to me, right? They're just trying to gain their followers, you know. And you're not gonna get followers by telling people the truth, right? You don't get followers by that, because I'm pretty sure 4C would have a lot more followers if I can on the charts right here and start say smash all in, guys, let's go Bitcoin, smash all in. Why you pussy, man? Just buy Ethereum, buy it all up, all in, let's go, right? That would bring me a lot more followers than actually keeping it real, right? Because no one wants to hear the truth to begin with, right? Bitcoin Cash is currently the most undervalued crypto in the world, but Bitcoin Cash doesn't. Okay, let's see. Bitcoin Cash USDT. Oh, sorry, I think I gave you an answer on the link, right? So yeah, link, you got two plays possible, right? Okay. Bitcoin Cash. What we got here? Okay, that doesn't satisfy my needs for the past. Kraken? Nope. Huobi? Yes. the hell is happening here? Look at that. So yes, the hope, it was the chart that we used for. Look at that. Perfect banger on the streets, classic David. Perfect banger on the streets, my boy. Yep, pretty much following the areas from the previous setups, and this is why this is so powerful, right? It's no coincidence why again we reacted from this green area. It is no coincidence at all, my friend. So yeah, sad thing was we were waiting for this position right here, but yeah, definitely right now. So let's just see how it looks. I mean, so far it doesn't look too terrible. You know, I'm not gonna say that this is done, because obviously I would be lying to you if I did. But you're gonna have to be careful what happens here, right? This is gonna be your fighting area right now, classic David. This is gonna be your fighting area right now, right here, right now. If you can't break this, then yeah, I'm gonna tell you it's gonna look bad, right? But you can still make it come back. You can still make a comeback, right? You can still do it as anyone else. So this is your most important area right now. So if you did perhaps long down here, yes, then yes, this is the area where you have to be taking profit takes. But it's not over yet. I mean, Bitcoin Cash still has a fighting chance. Even though it went so deep, it never lost the swing, right? I mean, you didn't really lose the swing or anything, right? That created. So yeah, still a chance, you know. I'm not gonna tell you it doesn't. So if you're holding, no, it's not the time to sell. It's not the time to sell, honestly. Unless it starts going under there, then it is. But where is the time to take profits? Is here. Either take profit here or you start looking for a short here, right? You got two options. Depends on what you want to pull at. And don't get too in love in the trade like I did with Neo, right? Because yes, Bitcoin Cash was also one of the things I wanted to play next to Neo. But you know, I was waiting for it to get a good close above this. And I was getting that good close, but I didn't get the move up where I could fill the trade. And you can see that then after that shit, it broke down, right? Broke down. So I never had a chance. Yeah, Leo, USD. Wait, what is Leo again? Huh? What the hell is this? Leo. I don't even know what that is. Let me just check on Gecko what the hell Leo is, because I seem to forgot. I don't remember this. Leo token. It's something, I don't know what it is. Oh wait, it's their exchange token, am I right? Oh yeah, no. Yeah. This token is heavily faked. What the hell is even this, man? Like, this token is heavily faked by volume and by everything. By market maker. This market maker seems to be doing a pretty terrible job, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, do you see this, Arnaud? Like, what the hell is this, dude?
Yeah.
Look at this, man. This is heavily faked.
Not proper graph.
Yeah, this is heavily faked. I don't even know what to tell you about this one. I mean, one thing is for certain, they should hold this if they want to do this again. But this is like playing with fire, you know, because I'm not really happy about this one, to be honest. It just looks like trash. It just looks like a bad market maker is taking turns at it, because you really see how badly fake this is. This is all fake volume and everything, and they're just trying to fake organic volume, right? And they're really bad at it. Yeah, I know it beats Finex token. Yeah, I remember then. Yeah, but yeah, you can just see this is just badly fake. They're just trying to make it look like, yeah, Leo scam equals scam. I mean, this is obviously more a pretty bad market maker at a job here, right? Not really good to begin with. What do you think about trailing buy from 3 commas? For example, using you can buy a lower price and avoid the stop loss because of wicks. Not, you know, not like I'm gonna tell you, like every tool in trading that has trailing word in it, I'm not a big fan. Because, you know, what you're doing there is you're just basing a buy or sell or stop loss or anything of just, you know, just random numbers, right? Because you saw, I mean, if you've been on stream for quite a while right now and you've seen some of my videos, I really base it off the structure, right? I base trades of structures like this, right? So when I put stop loss somewhere, it has a certain purpose why that stop loss is here. I don't just say, well, my buy is here and I'm gonna take this. Oh yeah, 5%, 6%, you know, 6%. I think that's enough. Stop loss here, bam. Like, you know, smash stop loss here, and that's it. I never do that, right? I never just randomly place my stop losses underneath. You've seen this on streams, right? I always base my stop loss of certain structures, of certain areas, of certain things that we have to gain and all. And same with buys. I never just drop my buys randomly. I'm not like, oh shit, this looks good, bam, just drop 3 buys into it, right? No, right? I base my buys off high, low, high, middle, and low certain properties of the area, right? And yes, if you get that scam week through, obviously you could be saying, oh, look at that, that token is on sale, I'm gonna get even a better buy-in than I did. But also imagine that maybe you were wrong at that trade, and maybe you don't want another buy, maybe you actually should be getting out of it, right? So yeah, every tool that has a trailing word in it in trading, I'm not a big fan of, because it's always random number or just random something, right? So yeah, I'm staying away from it, and I'm probably gonna say it's not a good idea to begin with, right? Zlatan, thank you for your analysis. Also set alarms, similar levels after exiting at those levels. Also, no idea what happened to make them to do that. Crazy jumps. Yeah, that's the thing, you know. There's so many whales in this market. Like, you have a lot of good whales. Like, I'm gonna tell you, right? There's a lot of good whales that that essentially fill their shorts right here, right? Like we discussed in previous one, right? That they're probably filling shorts. You have a lot of good whales that know what they're doing, and they're filling shorts right here. But when you have projects that go 100x, and you had multiple projects that go 100x, some of these whales get really lucky, and some of them just are stupid dumb whales that get lucky, right? And some of those, you know, when they want to exit something, they just market smash it, right? And some of the times, a lot of these market smashes that you've seen on Kraken is like bots going bad, you know, bots do some sort of a mistake and they go bad. But you know, one thing that always shocked me, even though the bots go bad, you know, like you know, when you have these crazy dumps, which in the past happened on Bitstamp or Kraken or whatever, right? They always end up in these important major areas, right? And that's a reason for it, because those whales that are also smart whales, who do you think has buys in those areas? You know, who do you think? Because they have so much of excess cash. What do you think they do? They spread it across exchanges. They're just setting big boy buys into those small areas. And even if you ever seen like a heat chart or something, most of my areas that I draw on charts, you know, they're going to be representing some big orders in those areas from a heat view, because there you can really see where the orders are set on the entire chart, right? And those are some whales that have so much of excess cash that they just stack it up on random coins, or sometimes even a whole exchange. They stack it up left and right. And once those happens, bam, man, they're making good money by simply not even risking that much, because obviously if something's going to go down 300%, you're going to be seeing a bounce unless the thing is getting delisted or the thing is just, you know, scammed or something, right? Which is probably like, I don't know, I've never seen a 300% not do a bounce, right? That's what I'm essentially trying to say. Or if I've seen it, then it really was a rare occasion. Yeah. It's usually, you always have that relief pump. You always have that pump that usually when people want to unload, or should say that believe in the project still, even though it's been hit by shit, right? So yeah, you usually still have that relief pump, and then they exit, and yeah, that's cash, right? Yeah, we already did Max, we already did comp, so that one is pretty good. Zlatan, you're welcome. Well, thank you. You're welcome as well for calling these good charts, man. You're on the roll today. You called me a lot of good ones. Kutum, let's see, Kutum. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this one was missed. Look at that, right? Look at that. So first of all, this one was hit, right? And this one was missed by a little bit. Sad times, Arnaud, sad times. We are not second world sniper after all, man. We're just a big fat, we're just a big fat joke, or not? So still, what I'm gonna expect now, bam, right? Something like it. Okay, maybe it can go a little bit higher. This area is not as strong as it was, right? A little bit higher, but then I'm still gonna be waiting here. So this is actually gonna be another buy area. I should say in the buy area, another in the future. So we can still keep it here. I'm not even gonna move it, right? So still pretty straightforward right now. Around here, you want to short it, or in this case don't short it, because this one is really low liquidity. Kutum is not as strong as used to was, right? And now then we're gonna be meeting it here, right down here. Yep, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Yeah, and then we'll see how far it goes, right? Do we have any big? What the hell is big? Big one. Is this even listed somewhere? I'm not sure. Is it listed? Big. Is the key? Nope. Big one. Wait, what's the ticker? Am I? I am not even sure what that is. Big one. Is that exchange? Oh yeah, it seems like exchange. Okay, doesn't matter. Big crate time to get in? Well, I'll take your word for it. As I said, it doesn't seem to be on TradingView. One more gem. This coin was like the first to bring yields. It did 140x in 2020 March. High chances for major news, so bought some. Sell USD. Okay, so if it's on Hitbit, it's probably gonna be on here. But actually, let me see this one. Sell USD FTX. Okay, it's FTX doesn't have enough history back. Hit BTC, let's see. Oh man, oh shit. Well, not the biggest fan, to be honest with you. Totally honest with you, not the biggest fan. So you've created top, you went down, you held this, right? Then you rejected the top again, and now, yeah. You're gonna have to be holding this classic, you know? Because you tested this, you tested this, you tested this, you tested this. Oh shit, everything was tested. Oh my gosh, it's not a good coin. I really hate it when it's like this, not gonna lie to you, because look at this, so many weeks. And what those weeks do, they test all the levels, right? They tested every single level. So now if I want to be smart about it, I'm gonna say yes, it definitely has to hold this around this area, right? Because if it goes under this, you're gonna swoop the low and then you're gonna go real low. And then if you go real low, you go for a cheeky boy right here. A cheeky boy. We'll see. That's probably your buy area you should be waiting for. Actually gonna make it a little bit fatter because it can already react here. Yeah, that would be the correct one. But let me zoom in a little bit. I'm gonna put it right up here actually. Because it's Donkey Kong. So yeah, no, right now, no, not so much, man. Big David, not so much. But yeah, in the future, definitely. SPX Binance. Ooh, look at that. Again, came right into our buy area. Look at that. Ooh, this is good. This is actually good. I like this. So you came down, you got a really good buy at it. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna lower time frame, and look what you're doing right now. You're closing back into this position right here. This is real good. Now the point is, what you wanna do here is you wanna hold this, and this is trade. Actually, you can take this trade right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. You wanna hold this essentially, right? You really wanna hold this right now. This. A little bit of like this. Okay, so it's a little bit of a wider area. So yeah, well, I'm just gonna say you gotta hold this green box, right? Hold this green box, and if you hold this green box, you're most likely gonna go test somewhere around here again, which is where you would go for a short spot. And if you look at it, if you fill it right now, look at that. That's a 25% right there. That's a really good call, Davidson, right? So, because I really like when you have something like this, you know, when you swoop underneath that kind of a swing point, and then you do a really good reaction from here, like that you just had an area, and then you close back in. So this is like, if you haven't been filled right here, that would be a position to fill the, that would be a cue to fill the position right here, right now. So it's basically almost a market smash at this point, right? You're in the effect right now. Maybe I should go a little bit of a lower time frame to kind of see. Yeah, okay, so the first buy point would be a little bit too early here, but now right now the second one would be right here, because now you want to be holding this middle point right here. So the first buy point was already hit, but I think you're gonna be filled again, right? You're gonna be having the chance to fill it inside this green box, the secondary green box, because you can see this candle. But yeah, if this holds, right, because you have a pretty good stop loss here, you want to be putting stop loss underneath the $2 already. Wait, let me just go back on daily a little bit. Let me just see. Yes, you want to be holding, you want to be putting that stop loss underneath $2. So you have essentially a pretty good stop loss. And let me see, how much is that stop loss? Oh yeah, okay, never mind. I thought it was a little bit less. Sorry, I thought it was like less than 10%. But yeah, it is around 10%. But that's essentially where you want to have your stop loss. And then 25%, 2.5 hour trade, 25%. I will take it any day of the week. So this is pretty good. I might actually go now and play this one as well, if you don't mind, my good sir. And then I'll see if this one plays out, right? I mean, obviously, if the Bitcoin or Ethereum dumps, this is gonna dump as well, you know. But it's a good trade. This is one of the trades I take it many times. I really do like this type of trades. So yeah, I take it many times on alts as well, especially or even forex. Sometimes trades like that. Definitely like them in forex as well. So yeah, air fuel dead. Well, shit, probably air fuel. USDT. Yep, it's that boy. It's that Glover. Sad times. Yeah, and look at that relief bounce is really close. So yeah, not much space left. Maybe 10, 15%. I doubt that you're gonna get 40%. I don't think this is gonna be 40% here. I think it's gonna be like 10 to 15%. And you're gonna go dump lower because you know this coin hasn't really got much traction going on. But maybe if you're really lucky, 40%, right? Really lucky. 40%. So yeah, maybe not completely dead. I would be wrong to say that, right? Okay, guys, the stream has been going on for an hour, so we can then slowly wrap it up, right? I mean, we've answered many questions. I think this session was pretty good, guys. I mean, you guys gave me a lot of good trades, and right now I gotta go and take this one on SXP, right? Or gotta take this one as well, and we'll see just if it's gonna end up like I'm planning it's gonna end to. But yeah. Yes, thank you guys. I mean, a lot of good charts. We did a lot of good charts today, and I think there's going to be good opportunities in the future for us. And also, you know, we're going to be taking some shorts probably in the next couple of days, right? We'll see how fast this market is going to turn around. And yeah, guys, I guess we will be seeing each other again next week. 2nd of March is going to be, yep, 2nd of March. 14 p.m. UTC. You're most welcome to join again, guys, and hopefully the markets, by the time 2nd of March comes in, we're gonna have a more clear idea where the markets are heading. Are we still in the bull market? Are we gonna be in the bear market? Right? We will see right now. The next week will probably be the most important, because on Monday we're gonna see where this weekly candle is gonna close, right? We're gonna see where this weekly candle is gonna close, and we're gonna see where this weekly candle is gonna close on yeah, on Ethereum as well. So that's going to be interesting to see as well, right? So yeah, we will have kind of a little bit of a more idea where we stand with the markets. But still, like I said, on the pullback, you got to be short in that ETH, you know. You got to be taking that position to protect your positions. And yes, you can still play some of those alts, you know. Set some buys in that we on the charts that we had. And like I said, SXP can probably be played already right now. You know, play it with like 0.5% if you don't trust, because you didn't get the prime position, but you have a secondary smaller time frame which is a little bit more risky, but you can still play it as well, right? So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. We will be seeing then each other in the next week, right? Arnold, you got something to say?
Yeah, same time.
Yep. Take care, guys.